Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sir Cypher here with Let's Play Company of Heroes. And this is another multiplayer game that Lord-Leckie was so kind as to submit to the thread. And again, he put this in his post that levels don't really necessarily matter in Company of Heroes. But that I think everybody in this game is at least level 15. So probably you might see some high level play. Unlike, for example, my games. The map is Point to Hawk, which I think you've seen if you've watched any of my other replays. It's in the normal 2v2 rotation. And I'm assuming this is a 2v2 random game. The biggest feature of this map, I'd say, is the fact that there's this road that leads down the middle and separates the map. And on the top, this fuel point and this overlook are very important because they cover the road. On the bottom side, though, I think the left side has more of an advantage. But on the top, if the players on the right can come and fortify this point, they'll definitely be coming out ahead. We have all four factions here. We have the Panzer, we have the Wehrmacht over here with Panzer Waffles. We have Lord-Leckie here as the Panzer Elite. We have Goitze over here as the British, which he's already packed up his command truck and ready to move. And we have Rat Feature over here as the Americans, who went with the pretty standard 2 engineer. No, he just went 1 engineers into the barracks. So he's a man after my own heart. I'll see if he's building a second squad of rifles. Yeah, he is building a second squad of rifles. This is what I do. I like to just build 2 squads of rifles. We have some early conflict over here at the middle. Lord-Leckie's Panzer Grenadiers look like they might be able to chase off these engineers, and this motorcycle is exposing its backside, and it's going to get pushed away, and probably these Grenadiers are going to get pushed away too. Because at close range, whoa, and they killed the whole squad of Grenadiers and the motorcycle. So it looks like the Axis side is in trouble. Because he just lost 50 munitions there too, because those Grenadiers he lost were the ones he equipped with the Guer 43. But despite that, the Axis, they're fighting for these points up here. We've got more Grenadiers coming here, but they're going to get really quickly pushed out of it. There's no way they can hold against this. And his allies telling him to back up, which, I mean, sometimes stuff happens in the map that you don't notice about, but it always pisses me off when people tell me what to do. Even if it's good advice. Even if it's good advice, I'm always prejudiced if somebody tells me what to do. So this is definitely going to put this game right now, the impetus in the favor of the Allies. We have a command truck. We have the headquarters over here. What I'd like to see is them to build a trench here, just in case they get pinned down and they need something to hide in. But we have the command truck right here. We have from the American player, it looks like, I think at this point, 3 squads of rifles. There's one, let's see, there's one over there, there's a second squad of rifles. So we have 3 squads of rifles from the Americans, we have 2 infantry sections, actually I think 3 infantry sections from the British player, so a lot of infantry from the Allies, along with the Bren carrier. No, okay, here finally comes the LT, but unfortunately he comes out with all these Grenadiers shooting at him, and he's going to lose some health there. The Wehrmacht player did get a machine gun into this barn, which is going to pin down this whole area right here. And unfortunately, the British player had packed up his command truck, which makes it so his infantry don't have anywhere to retreat to except your spawn location. If you don't have your command truck set up as the British, your infantry will run all the way back to your base. He is building a mortar emplacement, but he's not going to be able to finish it. I think him moving this command truck was a huge blunder. I think he should have just kept it there on the field point. And if he really wanted to he's trying to get this extra munitions from this munitions point, but he should have just waited for a second truck. Because of that mistake, now he's trying to build the mortar pit even farther back, but these grenadiers are going to push in here. His command truck is completely exposed. I think the machine gun can shoot at it even. And now it looks like even though they might be behind in resources, the Axis really have the tactical advantage. You never want to have your command truck in a position where a machine gun can shoot at it, because then when you retreat your suppressed troops, they get back to the command truck and they're still suppressed. But it looks like these guys are going to have to back out. But at the same time, we got a mortar half-track now, which basically means this headquarters command truck is toast and crackers. I mean, not that the mortar truck can really kill it, but the fact that the mortar truck can just bombard it, which makes it no longer a safe place to retreat to. Just sort of the opposite of what you want.
The enemy is attacking a petrol depot.
So the his ally is letting Lord-Leckie know that there's a mortar coming up, and which is going to try and counter the mortar half-track. I think the mortar half-track has longer range, though. We already have a supply yard here for the American player, so it looks like we're probably going to have a fast M8.
Company is available to take the
I still don't see the second command truck for the British, which is kind of odd. Normally, British players, you want to tech up pretty quickly to the second command truck. No more tech from the Axis player, from the Wehrmacht player, but we do have the Panzer... Oopsies, I accidentally paused the game. We do have the Panzerjäger command up for Lord-Leckie. So I think we might see some armored car. I'm for some reason, when I look at the buildings and I hear the names, all of the Panzer Elite buildings look the same. So it'll be a surprise. I can't remember if this is the one that builds... Oh, no, never mind. It's the one that builds armored cars. So we might see some armored cars. We do know that since he's building tank busters, he does have the Panzerfaust upgrade, which you see right here. So he might just be able to take out this command truck. He's going to take out the mortar pit, almost certainly. And the Wehrmacht players built 2 snipers, which is going to clear out all of the opposition and allow him to take it. So, the American player got the motor pull, probably going to be an armored car coming out. The British player is really in a bad position with the fact that he has his command truck here. I think he really gambled way too much. I think if he really wanted to put his command truck in a forward position, this is way too open, and especially when he drove it over here, that was a big mistake. He's trying to chase down these snipers, but all these rifles are going to get pinned. I think he actually killed one of the snipers with his rifles, because I only see one now. He's trying to run around this building faster than the machine gun can turn and set up, but the machine gun's going to set up right here now.
The enemy is weakening.
There, a whole unit of rifles got killed by the mortar. Yeah, what a shot. So I think these allied players are in really big trouble. Although, here comes the armored car. But the problem is, though, is that we have 2 squads of tank buster infantry.
We are losing territory.
So the armored car can come over here and kill this mortar half-track, which is indeed what it probably should do. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's pointing the wrong way. It does have the armored skirts, though, so it shouldn't die instantly, but it really needs to turn around. Huh, that's all that it did, that Panzerschreck? Interesting. I'm still not sure why he doesn't just spend it. Okay, there we go, turn the thing around. He really should use it to go hunt down this mortar half-track. Instead of shooting at this machine gun. Now, though, it's got its engine damage, so it's kind of... It can't kite mortar half-track guys anymore. And he's cruising over here to the... Wow, he has 2 squads engineers. Well, he better get on that. We have an unupgraded Bren carrier running in here for some reason. And that's probably going to just get killed by these grenadiers. Here we have from the Wehrmacht player. He's got his Krieg barracks, so we got an AT gun coming down the road. I think this armored car missed its chance to do something truly spectacular and kill that mortar half-track. Or at least it could kill this armored car. As these British troops just are getting mauled here. This mortar half-track already has 11 kills. So we have Panzerschrecks there. Now the armored car doesn't have to be super scared of these Panzerschrecks because, unless I'm completely wrong, the oh, we got BARs here for the American player. And for the British player, does he have his second truck yet? I don't think he does. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is, finally. Okay, here's the second truck. This is really super late for the British player to get his second truck. The Panzer Elite Panzerschrecks don't do as much damage against vehicles as the normal Wehrmacht Panzerschrecks. So, I mean, your armored car, I think the armored car takes normally about 3 Panzerschreck hits to kill. So, I mean, he could just run in there and snipe out this mortar half-track. But he's waited too long, and now there's an AT gun here.
Panzer.
And
tank is now available.
He might actually lose his armored car. I think it's going to get out of there, though. But we do have Hetzer available, and Lord-Leckie has enough AP to call it in. So I think that is going to quite possibly sort of end this game. Because although I don't think Lord-Leckie realizes this guy put the machine gun nest here, I don't think the enemy has anything that can stop a Hetzer. I mean, Hetzer's... Oh, here's an AT gun, so that might be able to stop it. I'm not sure if he has sticky bombs. But obviously Hetzers aren't really that good against infantry, but it should be able to just take out anything like an armored car. As far as victory points go, though, the Allies are way ahead. But we do have the Kampfkraft Center, so the Wehrmacht player is going to start getting upgrades. He already has upgrade 1 of support units. Panzer Elite base, we still only are on 2 buildings. But it's not really that crucial to get the other ones. Really, I think the biggest two upgrades that are important for the Panzer Elite are Panzerschrecks and the MP-44s, the assault rifles. It looks like the Americans and the British are pushing in, though. They're trying to take this victory point. Looks like they're going to succeed.
The enemy is weakening even now.
This armored car, yeah, this armored car should really... It could get up here and clear out this whole area. Except now the AT gun's coming up here. So now we have 2 AT guns. This entire area is covered. It's sort of funny that they actually snuck some guys in here and uncapped the British guys starting sector. Now the Hetzer's over here blowing everything up. This is partly why I'm a big fan of trenches. If you just build a couple trenches around your command truck, yes, there's the possibility that the enemy can sneak into your trenches and kill it. But the much higher possibility is you have this sort of situation where your base is getting shelled, and it'd be really nice if you could throw your guys into a trench and shoot pits at it. These 3 snipers from the Axis player. Which are going to just do horrible, horrible, disgusting things to this, these sapper sections. Now, one thing that this British one thing that this British player should do
Achtung, Hetzer tank destroyer have arrived.
is if you know that the enemy has
They've lost
stealth
a unit.
units and you know where they are, like for example they were all in this crater, you can just have your units that have explosives rounds like rifle grenades and sapper engineers just attack ground in that area, and you can normally have a pretty good chance of killing them. Now the American player, he built a weapon support center now, so probably he's going to get counter snipers. There's the first one. But the problem is the enemy has 3 snipers. So he's probably going to kill one of them, and then he's going to get counter sniped. And also he had plenty of chance to counter snipe twice now. I guess he just wasn't paying attention. And now his sniper's going to get revealed and killed.
We have destroyed an enemy unit.
So not very good unit control by the American player. But we did have a strafing run. You saw this. They're called in all these grenadiers, which is going to really thin them out. And I'm seeing this all these snipes, but no counter snipes. So I'm not sure what this guy's doing. Like why he built a sniper if he's not going to use it. Okay, so he killed one sniper. We have 2 Hetzers now. And it looks like the sniper is going to get revealed by these Hetzers. And nope, not going to get killed. Okay. At the same time, we have 2 AT guns, 2 snipers, 2 Hetzers. He's building a 25 pounder. I'm not sure why he's building that. He should be building a 17 pounder. The American sniper's getting here revealed by this Jeep. 17 pounder is not going to do that much, or 25 pounder is not going to do that much. As far as tech, still got 2 buildings up here. We have no more tech up here. The British player, he has a second truck, but I don't think there's been a captain built. So, does he have a captain? No, he doesn't have a captain. We have all the Panzer lead up here, mass repairing this Hetzer. I'm not sure what these guys are going to be able to accomplish here. Sniper needs to turn around.
Do you feel it, Kampfgruppe? We have the zeal.
At some point, the American player's armored car got blown up, but I didn't see where it happened. So we have the 25 pounder coming in,
The enemy has moved,
but it's not
Germany's
really going to be
victory
able to
points.
do that much.
The enemy is weakening even now.
The American player is airborne though, obviously, because he called in a strafing run. Lord-Leckie's tank destroyers. Panzervoss's Terror. Gohai's the British player. I'm not sure what he is. He might be Royal Artillery, but I don't think he's got anything that will give it away. American player, yeah, airborne. He hasn't called any airborne yet, though. I really like airborne, so, you know, I'm kind of biased. I think the important thing, though, is to just, you know, to be sparing with your airborne. It looks like he's coming over here to kill these machine guns, which, why not? The enemy doesn't have any defenses against it, and it'll just open up this whole side of the map to his infantry without having to worry about the machine gun. We have a Vickers Bren carrier just got taken out there. These American troops are going to get taken out. They're moving up the center here, though, but you know, with with one LT and no armor support, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen to them. Especially with this mortar coming down. Not sure why the American tank, the American AT gun is driving up here. Again, it's just going to get pounded by this mortar half-track. Now, just for people who haven't really played this game, if you're going to do a mass charge like this, and the enemy has things like machine guns and whatever, AT guns, you don't want to stop and attack the enemy. You generally want to keep moving, and if your lieutenant's level 1, you can use fire up. You just want to keep moving and run past the enemy, especially if they're things that can't turn, like machine guns. And then you can stop and shoot them when you're on the other side of them. If you stop right before the machine guns or AT guns or whatever and attack them,
the enemy has moved against one of Germany's victory points.
You're just causing yourself to get pinned. This mortar half-track has 30 kills. Yeah, I think if the American player had killed it with his M8 when he had the chance, I think he would have been in a lot better position. I have this irrational hate of enemy artillery. And if the enemy has like a mortar pit, mortar half-track, mortar team, I am like, it is my mission in life to kill it. And so, that's generally what I do. Up on top, we had a push from the American player, but
an enemy unit has fallen.
The Wehrmacht player has this shit on cap. It's not. It's this shit on tap. It's not gonna succeed. Again, no captain, no steward. I mean, what kind of resources do these guys have? Okay, the British player has so much fuel. He could have easily gotten a steward, or a if he had built a captain and a steward and a Cromwell, or a Firefly, he would be in a lot better position. The American player also has plenty of fuel, so I think a tank depot and a Sherman. I mean, I think the biggest advantage of tanks in the mid-game is that they don't bleed manpower like troops do. So you can get tanks, and they're kind of like almost like a permanent investment. I mean, if you use them poorly, they can get destroyed. But for the most part, I think he noticed that this he couldn't capture. He should actually be able to capture it, I think. Oh, is it on the dividing line? You can't capture a British player's sector if they have a base in it. So we have the British player moving again, but this isn't going to end well for him. The American player's moving in too, but again, we had a propaganda war called there to retreat all those guys. You need a combined arms approach in this game, and you see that's what Lord-Leckie and the Wehrmacht player have. They have infantry, they have artillery, they have support units like mortars and machine guns, they have armor, and that's what you have to do to win. You can't just mass one type of unit. For example, the British player, all he has is infantry. He has a 125 pounder, which he's not using effectively, and then the American player, all he has is infantry, and you just can't win. And not necessarily just because they're not effective. You can use just infantry, for example, and push back. We have the King Tiger here. It's a Königstiger. You can push back a mixed force, but the problem is that you take so many casualties. and you have to rebuild all those casualties, and it just puts you behind. So we have the Königstiger, the Tiger II, and I think I've said this before, but this King Tiger, this model uses the Porsche turret, which was the original King Tigers used. Which was, I think the turret was made by Porsche, or designed by Porsche. And the later ones had this more sort of narrow turret. And I think it's partly because Company of Heroes is supposed to take place in the opening days of the war, and I think probably most of the King Tigers that were in Normandy were probably the early production models. But either way, we've got, again, it's a second 25-pounder is not what this British guy needs. But we have Panzerschrecks coming in everywhere. We had a strafing run called in, but a lot of these guys were in cover, so it didn't do too much.
The enemy is weakening even now.
But he has to retreat.
Can now use
Doesn't really matter though,
rounds.
because the Königstiger is going to destroy everything. One interesting fact about the King Tiger is the King Tiger is only one of 2 Wehrmacht units that can't get veterancy. The King Tiger gets no advantage from vehicle veterancy, and neither does the only other unit that's like that is the Goliath. The Goliath, the little RC car, the little RC exploding car thing, that gets no bonus for veterancy. Oh, well, the game looks like it's kind of frozen. The timer's at the end, so I guess it's the end of the replay. Presumably, the Allied players quit, considering they have everything is dead. Some guys BAR there. And while I think they had a pretty good advantage in the beginning, they didn't tech and they didn't take advantage of their they didn't tech and they didn't take advantage of their gain, and this is a horrible place to put a command truck. This is just a horrible place to put a command truck. I'm not sure why they put it there. If he had put it down here or something, that would have been better. Even over here, where it originally was a better place, even though it was still vulnerable. Because it faced this road, and this road is difficult to cross, but yeah. Anyway, though, we had really good playing from the Axis side, who came back from that setback in the beginning. So thanks for putting this replay in the thread, LordLeckie. And like I said in the thread, it might be a little bit before I do the start the Panzer Elite campaign, but I'd rather start it when I'm able to do, missions like every day or so, every other day, rather than do mission 1 and then wait a week until mission 2. So that's why I did this instead. But anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day.